Welcome back, dear students. So in our today's video we are going to revise the chapter lines and angles. So dear students, we know that what is angle. So we know that an angle is going to be an inclination between the two rays, or you can say the two arms. Suppose these are the two rays and having a one initial point. Suppose this is a point O and this is a ray OA and this is a ray OB. So the angle, or you can say an angle, is the inclination between the two rays with the same initial point. Here the initial point is going to be O. So this initial point O is called as a vertex here, and this is a ray OA in this direction and a ray OB in this direction. So you can say that this angle, you can read angle AOB, or you can say angle BOA, or just simply you can say angle O. So in this way you can say this about angle. Again, you can say angle is also thought as a figure formed by rotating a single ray, this single ray, about its vertex. We know that there is a complete angle also. So the complete angle is of the measurement of, suppose this is a ray OA, and when you are going to have a complete rotation from its initial point to its end, we'll get a 360 degree, which is known as a complete angle. And we are having a straight line angle, which we call as a straight angle or straight line angle, which is of 180 degree measurement. So this angle is called 180 degree measurement straight angle. When we have a right angle, that is the exact measurement of 90 degree. So this is going to be the right angle. So now, if suppose there is an angle which lie between the 0 degree and 90 degree. So between 0 and 90 degree, if the magnitude is there, such angle we are going to call as an acute angle. So you can see this angle is going to be less than 90 degree and more than 0 degree. So this is acute angle. Next we are having a obtuse angle. So obtuse angle is lie between 90 degree, more than 90 but less than 180 degree. So such angles which are more than 90 degree. So this here inclination is more than 90 but less than straight angle. So this is obtuse angle. Again we are having reflex angles. So what are reflex angle? Reflex angle are more than 180 and they are going to be less than 360 degree. So suppose this is the angle, this is more than 180 and it is going to come here but less than 360 degree. So this angle is going to be reflex angle. And when you are having a angle around a point, suppose here you are having this angle, so this complete angle is going to be a 360 degree. This angle X, Y, Z, W, P. So these angles which are formed here, the sum of these angles will be 360 degree. Next we are having adjacent angles. So what are adjacent angle? Consider this is a one ray OA, you can say, and here we are having one angle. So this angle is there and we are going to construct one more angle from this ray. So now if you notice here, this common vertex O is there. So the two angles here with a common vertex and one common arm OA is present here. So such angles we call that adjacent angle. One common vertex we are having and one common arm. So here you can say the common vertex is O and this is a common ray OA. So here we are having angle AOZ and angle AOB. These are the pair of adjacent angle, and the other arms, this one and this one, lies on the opposite side of this common arm. So these are adjacent angles. Now next we are having a linear pair. So what are linear pair? So if you see, linear pair is again an adjacent angle. Suppose this is a common point or a common vertex O, and this is a ray OA, and this is B, and this is C. So here you can see this is a one angle forming, and here also one angle is forming. So these are adjacent one. For a linear pair, angles should be adjacent angles, and their non-common arms are opposite rays. So here you can see that angle AOC and an angle BOC. These are linear pair, and we know that the sum of adjacent angle on the side of this straight line is going to be 180. So you can say angle AOC plus angle BOC is going to be 180 degree. The sum of measurement of this adjacent angle here is going to be 180 degree. Now next we are having the vertically opposite angles. So what are vertically opposite angles? Consider we are having two intersecting lines. These are the two intersecting lines. So now we don't have a common arm here, and the angles which are formed opposite, they are vertically opposite angles. Suppose this is angle A and this is angle B. So measurement of angle A is going to be equal to measurement of angle B. In the same way, this angle and this angle, this is C and this is D. So angle C is going to be equal to angle D. So when the angles formed by intersecting two lines having no common arm, they are said to be vertically opposite angle, and their measures are equal here. Now we are having complementary angles. So what are complementary angles? So when two angles whose sum is 90 degree, they are said to be complement of each other. Each angle is the complement of another. Like you can say 80 degree and 10 degree. These are the two angles, 80 degree and 10 degree. They are complement of each other. When you sum them, they are going to be complementary. And the complementary angles, sometimes it can be adjacent or it may not be adjacent. We are having supplementary angles also. So supplementary angles are those angles whose sum of measure is 180 degree. Angles sum of measure of 180 degree, we call it supplementary angle. And each angle is going to be supplement of each other. For example, you can say here one angle is going to be 120 degree and its supplement is going to be 60 degree. And if you sum it, you will get a 180 degree. So this is the example here. This is also example. And these two angles may be adjacent or may not be adjacent. Next we are having parallel lines. So what are parallel lines? So you can say the lines in a plane which are not going to intersect. Suppose this line L and this line M, they are not going to intersect. These lines are called as parallel lines. And you can say the distance between these parallel lines is going to be constant. Is the same everywhere, and it is equal to the perpendicular here. Now we are having a transversal. So what is transversal? A transversal is a line that cuts two or more lines. Suppose these are the two lines here. You can say line L and line M. Then one line is cutting these lines at different points. Suppose this is the line T and it is going to cut this line L at A and to line M at B. Then T is called as here a transversal. So this T is called as here what? Transversal. Transversal is a line that cut or intersect two or more lines in a distinct point. And if suppose if a transversal cuts two parallel lines, so then we are having some special pair of angle. Suppose we are having two parallel lines L and M. It is given that line L is parallel to line M, and this is a one transversal line T. Then we are going to form some pair of angle, like this angle A. You can say this angle again. This is going to be B, this is C, this D, E, F and G and H. So these are the 8 angles are going to form here. So first we are having alternate angles. So if you see, if the lines are parallel and a transversal cut it at different points, then some special pair of angles form here, which is first alternate angles. So alternate angles are going to be equal. So if you see here, F and D, these are alternate angle here, and their measure are equal. In the same way, E and C. Then we are having corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are those angles which lie in the same position, like A and E, they lie in the same side of the transversal and above the parallel line. So angle A is equal to angle E. Another pair is D and G. And if you go this side, we are having angle B and angle F. In the same way, we are having C and H. So these are the corresponding angles. We are having another special angle, we call it co-interior angles. So co-interior angles are those angles which lie on the same side of the transversal and they are interior. If you see here, C, D, E, F, these are interior angles because they are formed between the parallel lines. And if you notice D and E, angle D and angle E, it is going to be co-interior. In the same way, this C and F, it is also co-interior. They are interior and they lie on the same side. And the major sum of them gives 180 degrees. So D and E is equal to 180 degree. In the same way, C and F is going to be 180 degree. So, if we want a transversal cuts a two line, then these cases are possible. And if you want to test for the parallel lines, then we have to converse it. What converse property is there? That if a transversal cut two lines, then the lines are going to be parallel if any one of these are true. If a co-interior angle sum is 180, then you can say lines are parallel. If the corresponding angles are equal, you can say lines are parallel. And again, if the pairs of alternate angles are equal, again you can say the lines are parallel. So in this way, the transversal cut two parallel lines, then these are true and the converse is also true here. Hope you have understood it. Thank you.